I'm Jason Gould, a Visual Shop SD in North Park, California. I love North Park. I love the fact that there's so much commerce here, there's so much activity, there's so much to do in North Park. There's so many great shops and boutiques and restaurants and bars. And it's a really good opportunity for artists in a shop like this to kind of so heavily populated. And it tends to be one of the more sort of open-minded communities central here in San Diego.
Do you feel like you ever want to try my love and see how well it fits? Baby, can't you see when you look at me? I can keep this feeling.
First step for me, it was in the early days, like probably the mid-'80s, was BMX, skateboarding, hip-hop music. That whole sort of 80s generation stuff was very vibrant and a lot of graphic elements happening just in the advertising world and the graphic world, and going off to art school for me, and then just kind of learning about different contemporary art movements. And graffiti was definitely a big part of the 80s contemporary art movement. I've just stayed heavily involved with it throughout the last 22 years or so. It's certainly much more feasible now than it was 10 years ago and beyond, for sure. It originates from there, from that place of just needing to express oneself, and you're going to do that at any cost, and whatever resources you have available. And if that's doing things illegally, there's a huge risk factor involved, but I suppose that you can look at it also as there's a huge benefit to that, because that's what kind of the authenticity of the art form is. That's where it's going to remain, is in the street, on the freeways, under the bridges, in the tunnels, on the trains, and no permission asked for and no permission given.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's hot, damn hot, real hot.